Don't worry, Katie. I'm here with you. Near the end of my night shift, I was gently holding the hand of my 7-year-old patient. In the dimly lit room of Boston General Hospital's pediatric cancer ward, only the rhythmic beeping of monitors broke the silence. Outside the window, the eastern sky was slowly beginning to lighten. "Doctor, I'm scared." Her faint voice tugged at my heart. Katie's condition had been deteriorating daily since entering the terminal phase. Her exhausted parents were resting in the nap room. The nurse had told me she barely slept last night. "Hey, how about I tell you a story about my precious baby?" Katie's eyes regained a little sparkle. Under her hair, lost to chemotherapy, a childlike smile peeked through. "How old is Lily now?" 6 months old. "Let's see, about the size of your doll." This morning she was trying to touch my face. My smartphone vibrates. It's Michael, my ex-husband, again. His third message this week. I ignore it and return to my conversation with Katie. "Aren't you sleepy, doctor?" "I'm fine. But it's time for your medicine, so let's rest a bit." While checking the morphine dosage, I thought about the difficult decisions I face every day. The frustration of being able to ease the pain but not save these young lives. Still, I have to give my all for the patients in front of me. 3 a.m. When I finally got home, Mrs. Wilson, the babysitter, greeted me at the entrance. The warm light spilling into the apartment hallway slightly soothed my weary heart. "Welcome home, Dr. Rachel. Lily finished nursing 30 minutes ago and is sleeping soundly. We played in the park this evening, and she laughed so much." "Mrs. Wilson, thank you so much. Staying this late." Mrs. Wilson, in her 60s, has been supporting me like a real mother since my divorce troubles. She always willingly agreed to stay overnight when I had night shifts. "Oh my, the refrigerator is empty again. I'll stop by the supermarket tomorrow morning. And the laundry too, I'll take care of it. I'm causing you so much trouble." "What are you saying?" "Being able to help someone like this is my joy." In the living room, Lily's toys were neatly arranged, and my work clothes for tomorrow were ironed. Next to the car seat, changes of clothes and baby food for daycare tomorrow were all prepared. Looking at my daughter's sleeping face in bed, events from 2 years ago flashed through my mind like a film reel. The discovery of my husband's affair, Michael, an executive at MediFarm, with his 27-year-old secretary, Jessica Wells. Then the heart-wrenching custody battle. 7 months pregnant at the time, I somehow managed to get through the crisis with support from the hospital. But Michael's harassment continues even now. Child support payments are often late, and anonymous accounts keep posting malicious comments on social media. Still, I've endured it all for Lily. "Rachel, you need to take a break too." Yesterday, when I told Mrs. Wilson about my vacation plans, she encouraged me with those words. "Lily needs her mommy to smile too. Don't worry, I'll watch the house, so go and enjoy yourself." Listening to my daughter's soft breathing, I savor this small happiness. Tomorrow is my first vacation in a while. I'll spend quality time with my daughter. Just as I thought that, my smartphone vibrated again. The sender displayed on the screen was Michael Peterson. My finger hesitated over whether to delete it, but unconsciously opened the message. Hope you have a nice trip. Those casual words sent a chill down my spine. How does he know about my vacation? I'm always watching. At the next message, I almost dropped my phone. 5 a.m., Boston Logan Airport. Fluorescent lights cast cold light in the still dark terminal. I was heading to the check-in counter, holding sleeping Lily. My daughter's warmth gradually eases last night's anxiety. Her small hand clutching her favorite daycare stuffed animal occasionally twitches. There's still plenty of time until boarding. The Hawaiian Airlines flight to Maui departs at 7 a.m. I walk slowly through the still quiet lobby. Hawaiian Airlines Flight 124, correct? The female staff member at the counter gives me a warm smile. Her name tag reads, Sarah. Yes, Thompson, reservation number dash. Mrs. Thompson. Turning at the deep male voice, I saw two police officers standing there. Boston police uniforms. One was a gray-haired man in his 50s, the other a young officer in his early 30s. There was something cold in both their expressions. We need to talk about the baby. The senior gray-haired officer announced in a stern tone. At his voice, Lily stirred slightly. She clutched her light blue daycare blanket even tighter. What is this about? Unable to hide my agitation, my voice drew the attention of surrounding passengers. A murmur spread through the early morning airport lobby. Sarah at the check-in counter watched anxiously. You are under arrest for kidnapping this child. Those words drained the blood from my face. My heart pounded violently. Is this a nightmare? Reality? I couldn't tell the difference. Kidnapping? What are you talking about? This is my daughter. I have full custody. Mrs. Thompson, an emergency protection order has been issued by the court. Temporary custody has been transferred to the father, Mr. Peterson. The order was issued last night. The document the officer held out bore the Massachusetts court seal. Just as I tried to read it, Lily woke up and started crying. It's okay. Mommy's here. There's nothing to worry about. As I tried to comfort my daughter, the young officer reached for my arm. His silver badge gleamed ominously. The baby, please hand her to us dash. Don't touch her. My sudden shout drew a growing circle of onlookers. Businesspeople waiting for the first flights began pointing their smartphone cameras. In my panic, I desperately tried to reach for my phone. Mrs. Thompson, stay where you are. We want to avoid any further disturbance. My hand froze at the officer's stern voice. Behind me at the check-in counter, Sarah appeared to be calling someone. That's when I heard familiar footsteps from the direction of the escalator. Michael, dressed in an expensive suit. His Italian leather shoes made cold clicking sounds. Perfectly styled hair, expensive watch. Dressed as if heading to an important business meeting. Next to him was Jessica, holding the latest iPhone. Wrapped in an Hermes scarf with perfect makeup. She was filming my confusion and distress as if live streaming to social media. Rachel, why don't you understand? You need rest. You're overworking yourself. Michael approached with an exaggerated, concerned expression. His voice, which once held affection, now felt ice cold. This is your doing, isn't it? Why? I've allowed visitation rights, saying Lily needs her father's love too. Holding Lily tightly, I spoke with a trembling voice. Tears fell on my daughter's soft hair. Doctor, she's clearly showing panic symptoms. The middle-aged man beside Michael, a lawyer in an expensive suit, told the police officers with fake concern. A gold badge from Anderson and Partners gleamed on his chest. We suspect she has a sleeping pill dependency. Night shifts, parental neurosis, the child needs immediate protection for her safety. That's a lie. Nothing like that, as a doctor, as a mother dash. At that moment, Lily burst into tears. My agitation had transmitted to my sensitive daughter. Her small body was trembling. We'll take custody of the baby. Let's avoid any further confusion. As the officer reached out again, I instinctively pressed my smartphone's speed dial. Mrs. Wilson, help. At the airport. Lily is. Mrs. Thompson, further resistance will be grounds for arrest. As the officer's voice continued, airport security guards approached at a quick pace. 2 uniformed men were reporting the situation to headquarters via radio. What seems to be the problem? Security Officer Johnson here. As the security guard tried to assess the situation, Michael began explaining with a perfect gentleman's expression. Meanwhile, Jessica continued filming with her smartphone. She was clearly aiming to spread this on social media. Holding Lily with trembling hands, all I could do was wait for help. In the airport windows where the morning sun was beginning to rise, our mother-daughter reflection appeared lonely. The surrounding stares, camera flashes, the officer's intimidating attitude. Everything felt like a nightmare. But this was undeniably reality. Michael's revenge had finally come to this. Let me explain. Mr. Anderson, Michael's lawyer, stepped forward. Documents pulled from his expensive suit pocket gleamed faintly in the fluorescent light. Mrs. Thompson is suspected of severe sleeping pill dependency. Night shifts at the hospital, parental exhaustion, she's at her limit. As a doctor, I maintain appropriate health dash. Last month alone, she forgot daycare pickup 3 times after night shifts. We have reports from the daycare. Stunned by the sudden accusation, I lost my words. True, there had been confusion with shift changes. But 3 times. Plus, we received anonymous reports about concerns regarding the child's condition. Jessica added with a perfectly staged worried expression. At that moment, her smartphone gleamed at an unnatural angle, as if live streaming this scene to someone. Reports. Who? Rachel. Michael spoke in the voice that once held affection. But now I could tell that kindness was false. I recognize your talent. But you need rest now. Lily will be with me and Jessica dash. Be quiet. A strong voice suddenly rang out. Turning around, there stood Mrs. Wilson. Her usual gentle expression was gone, replaced by a stern gaze fixed on Michael. Glad you could come. Next to her was a woman in a smart suit. My lawyer, Sarah Mitchell. Mrs. Thompson, that protection order is forged. Sarah approached the police officers while taking out her tablet. Please check the Massachusetts court's digital timestamp. This order shows it was issued at 11 p.m. last night, but the court system closes at 9 p.m. Furthermore, this electronic signature. The police officer's expressions began to change. The senior officer was checking something on his radio. And Mrs. Wilson raised her voice. Problems with daycare pickup. I would never allow that. Every day, without fail, That's right. A young woman's voice from behind. Turning around, Sarah from the check-in counter approached with documents. I checked with the daycare. There are no records of any problems with Dr. Thompson's pickups. Rather, it's the father, Mr. Peterson, who canceled 3 scheduled visits without notice. Michael's expression tensed. Jessica hurriedly put away her smartphone and began backing away. Furthermore, Sarah Mitchell continued in a calm voice. The social media defamation campaign, all from IP addresses connected to Mr. Peterson, we have the evidence. This is Michael's voice began to tremble. His perfect gentleman's mask was slowly crumbling. The police officers must feel awful too. Mrs. Wilson stated in a stern tone. Using forged documents, so early in the morning, surely Mr. Peterson's company's legal counsel must have said something convincing. The senior officer turned back to Michael. Now his gaze held anger. Mr. Peterson, we'll need you to come with us voluntarily for suspicion of document forgery. Wait. Jessica suddenly stepped forward. Her hands were trembling, and her perfect makeup was beginning to smear. I'll talk. I'll tell everything. She continued speaking. The social media harassment was my idea. I wanted attention, to become an influencer. Her confession caused a stir among the onlookers. But the document forgery was Michael's instruction. He asked Mr. Anderson to. You. As Michael raised his hand to strike her, security guards quickly restrained him, adding assault to the charges. Sarah appeared from the hallway and calmly stated. Document forgery, suborning perjury, defamation, and now violent conduct at the airport. Behind the restrained Michael, Jessica was crying while taking out her phone. I'm sorry. I recorded everything. Michael's instructions, the details of the plan. Wells. Michael's scream echoed through the airport lobby. You traitor, you're just a. That's enough. The police officer put handcuffs on Michael. Michael Peterson, you're under arrest for document forgery, defamation, and attempted assault. You have the right to remain silent. As the rites were being read, I held Lily tightly. "It's okay, it's all over now." Stroking my daughter's soft hair, tears of relief finally flowed. "Rachel." Mrs. Wilson gently placed her hand on my shoulder. "There's still time until your flight. Let's rest in the lounge." Sarah Mitchell approached and smiled warmly. "Enjoy your week in Maui. I'll handle things here." From the back of the security room, Jessica's voice could be heard. "And, about the social media posts, I'll post an apology to all followers." "Thank you," I whispered softly. Watching Michael being taken away by police, I was enveloped by a strange sensation. Mrs. Wilson took out Lily's favorite stuffed animal from her bag. The security guard offered to escort us to the lounge. Sarah was clearly explaining the upcoming legal procedures. The chaotic morning was coming to an end, surrounded by a quiet circle of support. Boston District Court, 3 months after the verdict, on a clear autumn afternoon. This concludes the final hearing of Peterson v. Thompson custody case. The judge's gavel echoed in the courtroom. I squeezed the hand of my lawyer, Sarah Mitchell, sitting next to me. Full custody, increased child support, and compensation payments, all judgments were ruled in our favor. "Rachel, congratulations," Sarah announced with a bright expression. Tears gleamed in her eyes. As we left the courtroom, the prosecutor approached. "Regarding Mr. Peterson's sentencing, I have a report. Document forgery, defamation, and attempted assault at the airport. All charges were proven, and though suspended, a guilty verdict was confirmed. It seems MediPharm has also decided on disciplinary action. Disciplinary dismissal from the company. Permanent ban from the medical industry." Michael's ambitions were completely crushed. Rumor has it he started a real estate business in a small West Coast town. He and Jessica broke up, naturally. As for her, she deleted all her social media accounts and returned to her family home in Chicago. Her dream of being an influencer crumbled easily. Your daughter's smile was the best evidence of all. Mrs. Wilson, holding Lily, said in the hallway. I saw the photos from your Hawaii trip, such wonderful mother-daughter time dash. Yes. After that chaotic morning, we headed to Maui as planned. Lily playing innocently on the white sand beach. Watching my daughter frolic in the waves gradually healed my heart's wounds. Dr. Rachel. Turning around, Dr. Green, my supervisor from the pediatric cancer ward, approached. The promotion is officially decided. We're expecting great things from you as Deputy Director of Pediatric Cancer Research. At the new workplace, reforms to the night shift system were also approved. Consideration for doctors raising children, my experience was taking concrete form. The new home I bought a year ago is close to both the hospital and daycare. From the large windows, you can see the sunset over the Charles River. Sorry to keep you waiting. Mrs. Wilson appeared carrying a large pot. Getting ready for the Christmas party, bit by bit. Sarah was at the entrance with a gift, and Dr. Green said he'd be coming soon. Are we late? Voices of nurse colleagues from the hallway. Hospital staff members were gathering one after another. The first party in our new home. Warm light envelopes the entire room. Lily laughs innocently. Her gestures slightly resemble Michael's. But that doesn't bother me anymore. She is her own person, and she is our future. Outside the window, the first snow began to fall. Dr. Rachel. Mrs. Wilson calls from the kitchen. Come on, let's make them together. New memories. Taking my daughter's hand, I step into the circle of people I love. This is a new page in our story. Every ending is also a beginning.